Hello dear students, I heartily welcome you in this lecture series on structural analysis 1. So, we are starting video lecture series on module 2, that is direct and bending stresses, and in part 2 of module 2 we are further will discuss about strain energy. So, let us start with direct and bending stresses. So, in today's lecture number 1 we are going to start discussion about direct and bending stresses on the column. So, this lecture will cover introduction to the direct and bending stresses, effect of axial and eccentric loading on the column, and also maximum and minimum stresses induced at the base of the column. So, what is the objective of learning this and what will you get after the completion of this session? So, at the end of this lecture you would be able to understand difference between axially loaded and eccentric loaded column, and also understand effect of axial and eccentric load on the column. So, let us start. So, as we know column is a structural member which is also termed as compression member, and these are the geometrically placed as a have lateral dimensions very less as compared to its height or depth. So, what is mean by this axial load? So, axial load is the load which is acting along the axis or longitudinal axis of the column, which produces compressive stress at the base of the column. So, let us see in the figure. Let us it is a column with fixed base, and this is the axis or longitudinal axis of the column. If the load is acting along this axis, then it is termed as axial load, okay, and such load will produce compressive stresses in the column. Now, if this load is acting at a distance apart from the axis or longitudinal axis of the column, or which is nothing but at a eccentricity with the axial axis, then such loads are termed as eccentric load, and such type of load produce both direct and bending stresses in the column. Let us see in the figure. So, this is a column with axial axis. If the load is acting away from this axis, let like this, which is at a distance of E from the longitudinal axis. So, such type of loading is termed as eccentric load, and it will produce direct and bending stresses in the column. Now, what is meant by the eccentricity? The horizontal distance between the point of application of load and the longitudinal axis or vertical axis of the column is termed as eccentricity, and in axial loaded column eccentricity will be 0 as the load is acting along the axis of the column. Got it? Okay. Now, discuss about effects of axial and eccentric load on the column. So, just we have discussed column is subjected to only axial loading, that is along the axis of the column as shown in the figure. Then it will be subjected to only direct stresses, and this will be equals to total load on the column divided by cross sectional area, that is P by A will give the direct stress. So, and stress diagram will be compressive as shown in the figure, or just remember that in case of axial loading it produces only direct stresses only. So, what is the effect of axial load? It produces direct compressive stresses in the column, and this stress distribution diagram will be simple a rectangle, and this stress will be obtained as P by A. Now, what about the eccentric loading? So, if the column is subjected to a load which is at an eccentricity E from the axis of the column as shown in the figure, then it will be subjected to both direct stresses. Now, direct is just due to the loading. So, how to find? Just we have discussed direct is equals to P by A, that is simple rectangular stress distribution diagram. This is the direct stress, as well as along with direct stress it will be subjected to bending stress. And now this bending stress is due to the bending moment produced due to the eccentricity of the load. So in this case, moment will be equals to force multiplied by eccentricity, and due to this amount of bending moment, bending stresses will produced in the column. And this bending stress distribution diagram will be like this: near the face or face near the column loading will give positive or maximum compressive stresses, and opposite to the loading face will produce tensile stresses or tensile bending stresses. Now in case of eccentric loading, we have to find resultant stresses, and it is nothing but the addition of direct and bending stresses. So we can find resultant stress as a summation of direct and bending stresses. So on the edge near the loading point, it will be subjected to maximum resultant stress, that is sigma b plus sigma 0, that is direct stress, and the opposite edge will be subjected to minimum stresses, and in this case sigma b will be the m by z. Okay, note it down. So this is the effect of axial load on the column. I will revise it. When short column is subjected to axial compressive force only, then it will produce only direct stresses in the column. Okay, and this direct stress will be equals to, yes, P by A. And if eccentric load is produced on the column, then it will be subjected to, or it will produce both direct and bending stresses in the column. Okay, so in this case again direct stress will be equals to P by A, and this bending stress will be obtained as sigma b equals to m by z, or again we can write m by I into y. Okay, because we know that z is nothing but section modulus, which is equals to I by y. Now let us discuss about maximum and minimum stresses. Just we have gone through, we will discuss once again so that you can remember it. When column is subjected to eccentric load, the edge of the column towards the eccentricity will be subjected to maximum stress, that is sigma max, and the opposite edge will be subjected to minimum stress. Okay, so maximum stress will be equals to simply direct stress plus bending stress, that is sigma 0 or sigma d plus sigma b, and by substituting the values, that is P by A plus m by z, and by substituting the values of m and z, we can rearrange it as a sigma max equals to P by A into 1 plus 6 E by B. Okay, what is the formula for sigma max in case of column? Yes, P by A into 1 plus 6 E divided by B. Now what about the minimum stresses? So in case of minimum, simply we have to take difference between the direct and bending stress, that is direct stress minus bending stress, or we can write it as a P by A minus m by z. By substituting the values, we can get the formula sigma minimum equals to, yes, P by A into 1 minus 6 E by B. Okay, so what is the formula for sigma max? Sigma max equals to P by A into 1 plus 6 E by B, and sigma minimum equals to P by A into 1 minus 6 E by B, where again we know that sigma 0 is direct stress, sigma b is bending stress, m is the moment produced due to the eccentricity of the loading, and which is nothing but equals to P into E, and E is eccentricity, z section modulus, which is equals to I by y, and I is the moment of inertia, and y is distance of the extreme fiber from the CG of the column. Okay, note it down. So likewise we can find maximum and minimum stresses in the column due to the application of eccentric loading. Okay, so let us summarize what we have learned in this session. So in this session we have discussed about what is direct and bending stresses, and also what will happen when axial and eccentric load is applied on the column, that is its effect on the column. So, let us have a quiz based on the point which we have just discussed. So, question is, a column is subjected to axial load only, then stresses produced will be, and options are both direct and bending stresses, option B only bending stresses, option C shear stress, and option D only direct stress. What will be the correct answer now? Yes, we have just discussed, in case of axial load, column will be subjected to only direct stresses. So, option D will be the correct answer. Okay. Now, based on the points which we have just discussed, in examination it may ask some of the questions. So, these are the frequently asked questions in examination, you may note it down. Define direct and bending stresses. What is the effect of axial and eccentric loading on the column? Okay. Hope you understood the points which we have learned in today's session. We will see you in next session with numericals on column and eccentricity or limited eccentricity of the loading acting on the column. Thank you.